Habitland Adventures, Payola's Dream Park, Bedtime Story for Kids, by Bernard Kelvin Clive. Copyright 2024, Bernard Kelvin Clive. Habitland Adventures is a wonderful collection of bedtime stories created to instill sense of good habits in young readers. Payola's Dream Park. Every dog has its day. And for Payola, the friendly furry pup, that day was filled with sunshine, squeaky toys, and the promise of adventure. In a big house on Paw Paw Street, Payola, a happy Beagle puppy with big dreamy eyes, lived. His parents, famous in the neighborhood for being great at hunting and very playful, hoped Payola would be just like them. But Payola was different. Payola liked simple joys more like the sound of leaves, the soft wind, and stories about the new pet park in town. Every afternoon, as he relaxed in the garden, he got excited hearing from other dogs about this magical place with huge green spaces, big slides, and lots of fun toys. But Payola had a secret wish. He really wanted to see the pet park himself, but talking to his parents about it felt scary. They were always busy training and hunting. Payola thought his dream might seem too small or silly to them. As days passed, Payola wanted to go to the park more and more. He imagined running in the open space, feeling the wind, and forgetting all his worries for a while. But then he'd remember it was just a dream, which made him sad. One evening, Payola thought to himself, what if I just went there? Even once he kept thinking about it, feeling a mix of dreams and a little bit of naughtiness. He decided to go on an adventure to the pet park, not knowing this choice would teach him about being honest, brave, and asking for what he really wanted. The next morning, Payola felt ready. Today was the day he'd go to the pet park, but he needed a sneaky plan to go without anyone noticing. With a big breath and a bit of courage, Payola started his plan, not knowing the adventures and surprises waiting for him, the sick trick and the happy day. He gathered the courage to put his plans to work, to pretend he was sick, then sneak out. Today was the day for his big plan, and he couldn't wait. But first he had to make his parents think he was too sick for daily activities. Payola worked hard to look really sad and practiced a weak woof that sounded just right. Then he went to his parents, walking slowly and looking very unhappy. His parents got worried right away. "What's wrong, Payola?" they asked, sounding very concerned. Payola did his best sad whimper and said, "I don't feel good. Maybe I need to see the doctor." His parents got even more worried. "Of course, Payola," they said. "Quickly go to the doctor." Right away they didn't know Payola didn't plan to go to the doctor at all. He wanted to go somewhere much more fun. As soon as he left their presence, Payola put himself to task. He ran to meet his friends, who were all excited to go with him to the pet park, a place all the dogs dreamed about. The pet park was amazing, just like in Payola's dreams. It had big open fields, colourful play areas, and so many toys. There were shiny slides, mysterious tunnels, and sparkling water pools. Payola and his friends played all day. They ran around, jumped over things, and had so much fun. Payola was so happy, making new friends and trying new things. Payola and his friends had heard about a special place in the park where you could find tons of free treats. Really? Free treats! Payola was so excited that his whole body shook, not just his tail. He had found the jackpot. When they got there, it was even better than they had imagined. There were huge piles of treats, more than they could count, in every flavour you could think of. Payola's nose twitched with excitement. What should he try first? A tasty liver snack, a crunchy bone-shaped biscuit, or maybe something chewy with the regular Ghana jollof. In a burst of joy, Payola ate and ate. With every treat, his belly got bigger and rounder. Soon he couldn't even wiggle his tail much, but he wore a big, happy smile. This was the best day ever, like a dream come true for any dog. But when it started to get dark, Payola began to worry. He had a great day, but he didn't have a note from the doctor, and he knew he had to go back home. Feeling a mix of happy memories and worry, Payola set off to the house. He was happy about the fun day, but scared to tell his parents the truth. He knew he had to be brave and face what he did. The walk home felt really long for Payola. He was happy thinking about his fun day, but also scared about going back home. Payola only thought about having to talk to his parents. When he got close to his house, he could smell home. It was nice, but it also made him nervous about what was coming. His house and yard looked friendly, but also made him think about the trouble he might be in. His parents were at the door waiting. They looked worried, but also happy to see him. Then they saw how full Payola's belly was and got confused. "Payola, we were so worried," his mum said, sounding worried but also curious. "But your belly looks like you ate a lot. The doctor didn't give you all that food, did he?" Payola knew he had to tell the truth. He felt really bad and couldn't look at his parents. He told them all about wanting to go to the park, how he made up being sick, and all the fun he had with his friends. He talked about playing and eating treats, feeling more and more sorry as he spoke. His parents listened quietly, looking both sad and like they understood. When Payola was done, everyone was quiet for a bit. Then his mum said in a kind but serious voice, "Payola, we're not mad you went to the park. We're upset because you didn't talk to us and lied. Being honest is really important in our family. Do you understand why lying was wrong?" Payola felt tears come and nodded. "I'm really sorry," he said softly. "I just wanted to see the park and was scared you'd say no. I won't lie again." His parents hugged him, showing they still loved him even though they were strict. "We're glad you're being honest now, Payola," his dad said. "But you need to learn from this. You can't go to the park for a month. It's important to remember to always be honest." Payola was grounded. He felt sad but also relieved. He learned a big lesson about being honest and how much his family cared. Even though he couldn't go to the park for a bit, he felt happy inside knowing he would always tell the truth from now on. That night he went to bed feeling much better. He was ready for new adventures, but this time he would share everything with his parents first. Payola woke up the next day feeling different. He thought about his big adventure, how scared he was of getting caught, and finally telling the truth. But with the new day, Payola felt calm and ready for what was next. The week that followed was a quiet one for Payola. Being grounded, he stayed in the yard watching life go by from his home. But he didn't feel stuck. He started to really appreciate his family's love and the safety of his home. His parents were strict but also kind, reminding him how important it is to be honest and to trust each other. During this time, Payola also started enjoying simple things. He had fun chasing butterflies, learning tricks from his parents, and just being together quietly in the evenings. He stopped thinking so much about the park and its fun and started feeling happy with his family's love. But there's more to Payola's story. When his week of thinking was over, he talked to his parents with a new grown-up feeling. He asked if they could all go to the pet park together. They said yes with happy smiles. "We're proud of you, Payola," they told him. "You've learned a lot from your mistake. Going to the park together sounds great." So, on one sunny day, Payola and his parents went to the pet park. It was a different feeling going with them. Payola showed them his favorite parts of the park and found new places together. The day was even better because his family was there. It showed him that doing things together is the best. In all this, Payola learned something very important. Being honest and sharing adventures with the ones you love makes you the happiest. The park wasn't just a dream or something he shouldn't have done. It was a place for fun, laughs, and being closer to his family. And they lived happily ever after.